Hello everyone, welcome to Bits and Bobs Divination. It's Caitlin here. This is a very new, exciting video because it's my very first video here on this channel and I truly hope you enjoy. This week we're going to be doing a week ahead reading with 3 different piles and yes, let's go ahead and get started. So this week we have pile 1, 2, and 3 here, and I've went ahead and shuffled these on camera, so they've all been shuffled and I've already gone through all of the piles, so please feel free to choose whichever pile calls to you. Let's go ahead and look at each of the crystals. So for pile 1 we have some Lapis Lazuli here with some pyrite strung through. We also have this clear quartz for pile 2. And for pile 3, we have this small tumbled stone with a blue flash of Labradorite. It's so beautiful. So please choose the pile that best resonates with you. And if visually this isn't working, what I do, I know I've seen others too, where you hold your hand over the pile that feels, that tingles, or you feel some sort of sensation. But over a small screen, if you're not doing that on a bigger screen or it's on your phone, sometimes I'll just place my fingers sort of over, and whichever one sort of tingles is probably the pile for me. Or you can also just take more intuitively, whichever pile just immediately strikes out to you, go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath together. And we'll get started with pile 1. Please feel free to subscribe and like this video and comment down below with anything you feel you need to say about the channel, as I have just started and this is all completely new, so any constructive criticism is welcome. So let's stop rambling and we'll get started with pile 1. Hello group 1. Today, if you've chosen this piece of pyrite mixed with Lapis Lazuli, then this is your pile. Today we'll be using, as I've mentioned, the Modern Witch Tarot, the Sea Melodies deck, the Language of Flowers, our charms of course, and these handmade oracle affirmations that I've made as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to shuffle on camera. So let's start with your tarot cards here. So I hope you had a lovely week last week. As I said in the intro, this is my first video, so if you're watching this, years later, maybe, who knows how long this channel will last or not, but I hope that you're enjoying it nonetheless, and that this is entertaining, at the least, if it's been a very long time, but this will be a timeless reading, so you can always come back. So Group 1, we're looking for information on Group 1's week ahead. Okay, woof. Alright, 2 just flew out. We're gonna look for one more here. Alright, so Group 1. Okay. So you got the 9 of Cups, the Page of Wands, oh wow, and the King of Wands. What a lovely combination. Alright, let's go ahead and do your Language of Flowers oracle. So we're looking for Group 1 here, Group 1. Oh. So you got confidence. Wow, totally feeling that with the 9 of Cups already. She's super confident. The 9 of Cups is sort of a wish card, but it also showcases emotional confidence, a confidence in yourself and your surroundings, and the King of Wands is super confident, and the Page. So this week, already I'm getting a huge sense of confidence in yourself and your abilities. So let's go ahead and do your Sea Melodies Oracle here. So we're looking for group 1, group 1. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking the table. Group 1, group 1. If you guys could see what my filming, empathy. If you guys could see what my filming setup is, I hope that it improves over time, because y'all, you don't even know. But anyway, we have empathy for you. And we'll go ahead and do one of these. Alright, so we're looking for group 1 with confidence, this King of Wands, Page of Wands. There's such good energy going into your week ahead. I'm very excited for you, group 1. Alright, so we're looking for group 1. Alright. Ooh, you got Keep Life Simple. Hope you can see that. Keep life simple. So I'll show you a close-up of each of these while I talk, but here is the King of Wands. He's all about confidence, or she in this case. In this deck, they're all women, but if you're male or female or whatever gender, this all applies to you. But this King of Wands shows the more masculine side of us as well. And the Page of Wands here is showcasing the more young, naive side of us. So there's a sense of kind of growing. I see a sense of growing your creative ideas this week, because as you can see, the Page of Wands, her wand is much less developed than the King's here. The King's has been growing and has wisdom and wise knowledge that has gotten them there with their fiery energy and sense of self. Growth and everything, so many cycles have gone by to get them there, and the Page of Wands is just starting to look out. So you might even be seeking someone who is more knowledgeable than yourself to learn more this week, to grow more creatively. Just give me a second, gotta get a little more comfortable here. So we also have empathy here. And it says, there's more beneath the surface. So, as you know, all of us, even though there is this, okay, I'm seeing some more here. So the Nine of Cups, she's all about confidence. She has this sense of knowing exactly who they are, they know exactly what they want, they know exactly where to go. There's this huge sense of confidence, just like this Foxglove card showcases. Be what you want to see. So if you are a type of person who maybe isn't feeling this confidence already so far, the confidence is going to come with being empathetic to yourself this week. There's some part of you that you're holding yourself back. Possibly you're still young in these new ideas, maybe these new dreams, or I just see creative passions, creative pursuits, things that you don't normally get to go after, or things that you haven't been allowing yourself to develop. So that could be a project, could be something art related, but if not art related, if you're like not a very artsy person, it could also just be finding confidence in that creative side that you don't normally see in yourself. Goodness, I'm getting out of breath. I'm so excited for you guys. I just see major development creatively this week in whatever pursuit that is, and finding new confidence in yourself. With this Keep Life Simple, I'm seeing that just as you go through the week, sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to maybe be this like especially since there's this young energy and this like more developed energy. It might just be to keep life simple. Try not to put that pressure on yourself. Be empathetic with yourself. Realize that maybe you're still at the beginning. This obviously may not apply to everyone. Maybe you're feeling more experienced and that's cool. Keep the confidence going. But if this applies to you where you feel like you need to be more empathetic to yourself, just take time to realize that we don't need to be perfect when first starting out. This is me starting this channel. This is my first time doing anything like this. And I have, it's hard to keep things simple. And it's hard to not want to try to be as confident as you want to be. But, under the surface, a lot of us have to realize, to be empathetic to ourselves, realize we can make mistakes, that we're just playing, we're still young, that even if we feel like we need to be wise in something, we're still going to be learning, no matter what. Even the people who we look up to are still learning. The people who are just starting are just learning. I mean, baby steps are still steps forward. That's a quote I tend to use a lot for myself, so maybe that's helpful for you here. So anyway, let's go ahead and move to your charms, group 1. And yeah, so I feel like because this is the first video for me, I need to address this board. So I created this little mat for myself a little while ago, and it has all of the moon phases on it, from new moon to full moon to back to new moon. And then it also has sections in which I can work with, so this is a way to read the charms or runes or anything else that are cast upon it. But today I'm going to be using this focus center, so anything that comes up here in this focus ring represents things that are most prevalent or most needing to be addressed this week. If things fall on the moon phases, the ones that I'll be addressing are the ones that fall between the full moon and the waning gibbous moon, as those are the moons that are going to matter the most this coming week. As the flower moon hasn't happened yet for me, but by the time you guys watch this, the flower moon should have passed. So let's go ahead. I mean, this is a timeless reading, so really it doesn't matter. I'm still figuring out my format, guys, so bear with me. So these are my charms. There's a lot in here, and hopefully it's not too loud. I thought about putting them in this bowl, but we'll see how this goes. This is the tin that I normally have them in, so if it's too loud, I'll try to turn this down for you guys. So, alright, charms for group 1. Group 1, confidence, and it's 9 of cups. Oh. Group 1. Okay, oh my goodness, you got 3. You got 3. So I'm going to just top off the things that don't really matter. Oh, and sun energy. Wow. Okay. So here in the focus palm, I'm hoping you guys can see this. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. Bear with me here. It's the slowest zoom in ever. But okay, so hopefully you can see this. Nothing fell on the full moon here, so don't worry about that. But here in your focus palm, you got the number 2, which can showcase partnership, friendships, a sense of, you know, teamwork or working together, which I definitely see that teamwork aspect with this King of Wands and the Page of Wands. Like I was saying before, there's like a teacher, mentor, learning from those more experienced than ourselves sort of energy here, because I'm really getting the sense that you guys are this page, you're just starting out on a creative venture or a creative pursuit, and you're looking towards you know, this teacher, you're looking towards this mentor, to someone. So say there's something that you creatively are dreaming of or aspiring towards or working towards, and you're looking at some people that are higher up than you, maybe on social media, maybe people in your life, maybe people even in your family. But there's this sense of partnership, or not partnership, working together, like teamwork, and you have this cyclic energy, because this is the key ring, and the key ring showcases that over time, we're going to find more of the answers. We're going to be able to use those keys to unlock more things about ourselves. So in this, I think you're going to be unlocking more energy and insights and learning, education on the creative aspect that you're after and in creative endeavor. Whatever that is, there's definitely a sense of learning this week, a sense of looking towards leaders and seeing what they've had to go through time to unlock parts more of themselves. So definitely realize that everybody has to start here to get here, and even when you're here, you still feel like you're here. So it's just important to look and see what else is happening. Now you also have the sun, which is a little chipped up here, but this is the sun, and the sun is all about manifestation. It's about seeing things clearly, seeing things in a more truthful light. And I think it's important to see the people who are more experienced than us, as equals to us, that we're still able to get there, and they had to again start from the bottom to get wherever they want. We also have the 3 here on this outer ring, which just showcases, maybe less important things, but still important to state. And 3 is creative energy. It's more creative energy. So you guys have to be creatives. I mean, if you're not like a super creative person, then you're going to find that confidence this week to become more creative. You're going to find, it could be something super small, by the way. It doesn't have to be as grand as maybe I'm making it. It could be something that's quite small and simple. But it is manifesting this week. Something that you're really excited about, that maybe has been on your mind for a while, is igniting this week. Because you have this candle, looks really messed up at the moment, but I swear to you, it is a little candle. It's just the wax has gotten really gross in here. But this little candle represents a fire in us. And the Page of Wands and the King of Wands are all about fire energy. I forgot to mention, I usually take out the ones that fall upside down. So that's the only one I think I missed. This one as well. Okay, so next to that creative energy, we have Thou Shalt Not Steal, which I think is important. It doesn't mean that you guys are people who steal or that other people are going to steal from you. But what I'm seeing, I know I keep popping up these 2 cards, but they're really speaking together. These are the 2 that flew out together as well. Is to realize that you can look up to these people, look up to those who have maybe more knowledge than you on a subject, but realize also that you don't steal their ideas necessarily. Find your own confidence to do your own thing, to ignite your own fire, to keep things simple. You don't have to try to become another person. You don't have to try to be all that they are and try to not be yourself. All I'm seeing from this Thou Shalt Not Steal is don't try to go after, you can take words, okay? You can take information and take inspiration from those who maybe you look up to, but be sure to also bring your own energy to the table. Bring your own unique spark, your own unique creative and intrinsic, and I don't know, just like very you energy. Basically be you. We also have travel here, so a sense of maybe going and traveling. I know when this is filming, when I am filming, it's a really weird time right now for the world, so it might not also mean travel. I also think of, I don't know if you guys know much about the Eiffel Tower, but the Eiffel Tower is actually a monument that when first put up was highly regarded by the public as an ugly, horrible exhibit for, it was just really bad. They wanted to take it down. And this is just showcasing that over time, people are maybe going to see you in a different light. So if you feel like, and it could even be you seeing yourself in a different light. With that empathetic card, I feel like it's just being more empathetic to yourself and realizing that you can be this beautiful thing. Not that you can be, you already are. And it's just deciding that you see it that way. You could look at this as being an ugly monument, but other people are going to see you in this beautiful light. We also, that one was upside down. Sorry. This one is a icicle. And this is the only message I've gotten so far that is kind of different from what we're getting from the cards. So this icicle represents being prepared for maybe something that's coming up ahead, that because icicles, when they grow on the side of a house, when it starts to melt, you kind of have to be aware of where they're at. You have to be prepared. You have to have your eyes on above you and making sure that you're being safe, because if not, you know, they can fall down. It can be very dangerous. So this is just representing, you know, being prepared against anything that you feel is of danger to you. In this case, I mean, it could be traveling, especially with right now everything going on, making sure you're wearing whatever you need to be prepared. Mask, washing your hands, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you guys already know this, so I'm not going to touch on that too much. But we also have here the paper clip, which represents temporary energy or temporarily holding things together. And with this represents showing your face, you know, which seems very straightforward, but showing your face is a representation of confidence. You know, you hide your face when you're shy, and when you're confident, you really go for it. So maybe, you know, to hold yourself together, it is a kind of a week that's calling for being more confident in yourself, letting yourself be truly who you are. Again, I know I've said that a couple of times, but it's just coming up several times. It's just being who you are, being true to yourself. And then, okay, so now we have the last charm to mention here on the inner ring is this pearl. And pearls are showcasing clarity. So again, more clarity in who you are, more clarity in needing to bring forth who you are and being clear with the world, being maybe clear in the way that you speak to the world through your creative endeavors. We also have here on the outer ring, so these are things that are maybe farther out in the future, so possibly not this week, but it's coming energy. We have the nut here, which I think of nuts in this case, and nuts and bolts. It just showcases that you have the tools to succeed in whatever you're after. It showcases just having those tools in order to go forward. And then we also have here a beacon or a light, a beacon of some sort. So you're going to be shedding more of that light, more of that fiery energy, more of that sun energy to the world. Oh, goodness. You guys are such a fun group. I'm so excited for your week. Seriously, it's going to be a great one. So just keep that confidence. Make sure that you are being kind to yourself. And maybe this keep life simple too is making sure to, you know, just because you're working towards something, I can tell you're working towards something. There's going to be a lot of exciting things going on. Make sure to keep life simple too, to enjoy just the small moments, watching Netflix, chilling on the couch, whatever it needs to be for you, getting out into nature. Realize that you can take that time for yourself. So that is all I have for you, group 1. I truly hope that you have an amazing and wonderful week. And please let me know down below in the comments if you enjoyed this format and anything you really want to say about the reading. Also, if any of this comes forth or if it feels like it's resonating, please let me know as well. I'd love to hear your guys' experience. So yeah, have a really lovely and wonderful week, group 1, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Hello group 2, if you chose this clear quartz, tumbled clear quartz piece, then this is the pile for you. Alright, so I'm going to be using, as I mentioned before, the Sea Melodies, Language of Flowers, and my Modern Witch Tarot deck, as well as my charms here, and we're going to be picking one of these Handmade Oracle Affirmations that I made a while ago. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by hand shuffling. Don't really know if there's another way of shuffling. Not sure why I said hand shuffling, but we're going to be shuffling today on camera. So let's go ahead and shuffle you your cards for the week ahead. So, as I said to the other groups, this is a timeless reading, but so we're looking for group two here, week ahead. So this is a timeless reading. So there might be some of you watching this much farther in the future, but this is my very first, video. Goodness, I'm having a hard time shuffling and talking. Very first video on this channel. So if I fumble or make weird mistakes, then we're going to embrace them. So let's go ahead and see for group one. Group one's week ahead. Group one's week ahead. So we're looking for the week ahead for group one. Group one's week ahead. Group one's week ahead. We're looking for one more card, please. Group one's week ahead. Feeling this one. Okay, so for your tarot cards, we have, the Knight of Pentacles. There he is, looking responsible. We have the Two of Cups here. And, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. So I'll touch on those in a moment. Let's go ahead and pull you your Language of Flowers card. Group one, week ahead. Group one, week ahead. Hope you guys had a lovely first week of May, by the way. I'm enjoying the full moon tomorrow. So, week ahead, group one, week ahead. Alright. Okay, so we got Peace, Camilla. Be calm and calm will come. And the last pull that we have here from cards is the C Melodies deck. So we're looking for group one, C Melodies. Already seeing a pretty chill week for you guys. It's looking really, really nice and lovely. So let's see, group one. Generosity. What good is treasure if you keep it to yourself? Ooh, okay. Let's go ahead before I start saying anything. Let's pull one of these out for you guys. So we're looking for group one's week ahead. Oh, you got too many. So, okay, group one, we're looking for one, please. For week ahead, the week ahead for group one's week ahead. Okay, feeling these two. Alright, so we got inhale courage, exhale fear, and balance over imbalance. Okay, so let's see here. I'm first going to go ahead and talk about this Nine of Wands and generosity energy here. She's built a wall. She's built a foundation. She's got everything ready to go. She's ready to fight people for what she's built. Fight people for what she stands on. Fight people and defend who she is and what she is. So there might be a sense of defensiveness this week. And with generosity here, what good is treasure if you keep it to yourself? So there might be a creative energy that's going on, especially with this wand energy, a fiery energy, a sense of an energy that just builds inside you, that is very inspired, that you're holding to yourself. And maybe there's someone you need to be sharing that with this week, especially with Two of Cups, which represents energy of generosity and sharing and being very vulnerable with another person. So there might be a family member, a friend, a partner, or someone else whom you're with, whom you've kind of built this wall against at the moment. They feel that, so maybe be generous and let them in. Maybe be generous and share a bit of yourself. Sometimes this also can represent tunnel vision. For me, So it can also represent you, you're really going after something. You've built up this wall and you're really going after it, but you're not really sharing your time with some of the others around you. So it's more of a sense of being that balance in balance sort of sense. So making sure that things are still balanced in your life, that you're finding a balance between things. And that's your work life, your creative life, and your emotional home life. It definitely feels more home-based here for me. That's what I'm getting a sense of. You also have peace. And with this defensive energy, it definitely is calling for you to be more peaceful this week. Finding a compromising energy where you can still have your boundaries, still have your defense, but be sure to be peaceful with those that are around you too, that are actually, they have your back, Be calm and calm will come. So again, it only comes forward if you allow it. Inhale courage, exhale fear. So this one is not really, I'm not really getting a sense of it falling under any of these, but inhale courage, exhale fear. So maybe you're holding yourself back from being generous or opening yourself towards someone, opening those ideas towards someone because you're worried about what they're going to think of them. And it seems like it's going to be pretty peaceful, that there isn't a lot to fear. So I don't feel like there's something you should have to worry about this week if you decide to open up to them and be more on peaceful grounds. The Knight of Pentacles here, he's a very responsible knight. And so I feel like if there are chores that you need to get done this week, if there are things that you have been sort of not getting to or putting off, this is a great week to get some of that kind of stuff done, because this is the most responsible knight. He also is still a messenger, like all the knights are. They usually have messages, so there could be a sense of responsibility that comes from other people, or being more generous with other people, being more generous with your time and with your treasures. But mostly I'm just sensing that this is a great week to get some of the nitty-gritty things that we've kind of pushed into the closet that we don't really want to do this week or in previous weeks, that this is a great week to get some stuff done. Lots of responsibility here in terms of being responsible, getting your chores done, getting those everyday tasks that we don't really want to be doing done, and being aware that other people are there to help you too. That you have support in some of those things that maybe you're stuck in, that you've sort of boarded yourself off to. So by opening up to other people, you're going to find some of that peace of mind and balance. So let's go ahead and move on to your charms, group 2. Which I think is interesting that you're group 2 and you got the 2 of Cups here. So let's go ahead. I talked about this in the first group, but if this is too loud, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to try to make it a manageable amount of sound, but if it is, I might try to move to this bowl. But this is where all of my charms typically live, but it can be very loud. So just let me know down in the comments below. We also have here is my mat that I handmade for myself and for my readings, but I'm going to be using it here on this channel. So the moon cycles are on the outside, which can showcase things happening around the moon cycles or around the energy of that particular moon if any charms fall on it. And then we also have the focus here, the focus ring, so things that we need to focus on or things that are very big and poignant for that week. And then on the inner ring is some things that are happening that are more casual that week or support what's happening in the inner ring. I hope that made sense. Please let me know down below if you want more in depth on what's going on here, because I'd love to tell you guys. So let's go ahead and get started with your charms. Group 2. So I'm looking for group 2's ahead. Oh my goodness. Okay. So first off, I always pick up the charms that fall backwards, and just sort of rearrange a little bit here. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in a little bit here. Okay, so right here in the focus, you got the charm of this little mouse. And this mouse is very defensive. I don't know if you can tell. So there's definitely a sense of being defensive about something this week, defending your goals or defending an idea that you have, and that you've put up a wall, put up a sense of security for yourself, a boundary, which it's not always bad to have healthy boundaries with the people that are around you, but I'm getting the sense that this isn't a healthy boundary because you're sort of holding yourself back from those people that are, you know, there for you, especially since we have here all grouped together. We have a sense of overwhelmed because this is a bobby pin that's been stretched and has been overwhelmed. There's too much, you know, that it's stretched and just there's too much going on. And within that overwhelmed feeling, you have the black heart, which showcases you not opening your heart up to other people emotionally. So definitely a sense of needing to open yourself up. There's also the sense of friendship here. So like I was saying, I wasn't sure if it was a family member or a friend that you need to open up to. But this week there's definitely a sense of a friend who you'll be opening up to, and they will be opening up to you with a kind heart. You know, that black heart will be very much more kind, and it will help you become more flexible in what you're wanting to create, whatever this idea is that you're defending so much, or defending just yourself. It could just be yourself that you're defending, or trying to stay back from others, possibly. We also have, outside of that ring, the pawn, which can represent a person. But since it didn't really fall around much, I'm not really getting much from this charm, to be honest, other than this trash charm, which just showcases that there's something maybe that you... I always think of the trash charm as just being like something you're just throwing away. And so there might be this friendship that you're just throwing away, and you're not allowing yourself their company. It also could be, you know, being more kind to yourself, because we have the kind heart here, and it's near this charm here, which is the clothespin, which can represent pinning something up. And since this fell pretty close to this charm, I really feel like it has a sense, even here too, a sense of a part of yourself that you're just pinning up, and you're going to come back to it later. And self-love and self-care is definitely a highlight for need this month, through those people that are around you who really want to help you, as long as you put your walls down. Oh, even more of that energy, we have the bear paw. I found this actually on a walk home one day, and it says, if you can read it, I'm not sure. Anyway, it says bear paw on it, and it makes me think of how bears can be very defensive of the people they love, or the things that they love. So it could be someone that you are very much interested in. It could be a romantic element here, that there's someone that you are also, you know, you're generous. I'm seeing what I've already mentioned before, but it also could be that you are being defensive towards the idea of being with someone else. So again, there could be that energy too, of maybe people not being as kind to that. But I do get the sense that you're definitely on edge this week, and opening yourself up is a big part of that. We again have the Two of Cups repeated here. So more of that action with this action moon towards, you know, putting more of yourself outside of this defensive wall that you have. And there's also celebrations this month. So there might be a party, or, I mean, if you have like a belated Mother's Day thing going on or anything else like that, there might be a birthday or something to celebrate this week coming up. Outside of all of that, I'm just seeing, again, more sense of breaking down those barriers, letting the people who truly care about you in this week, being generous with your time and your energy, finding balance within yourself, letting go of some of that fear that's in front of this wall, and to be getting past that to find more balance and peace in your life. And then there could be celebrations, as well as a sense of maybe even celebrating something financial coming in. But I'm definitely seeing more of an emotional week for you guys, towards like a mental emotional week going on, towards things that are going on, but responsibility towards your chores and things that you need to get done around maybe the house too is coming up this week. So a couple different messages here, but the main one is, you know, this defense. And I understand it can be hard not to want to have your own space, your own time, but opening yourself up to other people, it seems, is going to be very helpful to you. So you don't have to have this overwhelming feeling that you're holding onto so heavily. So definitely be open this week. Let that self-love in. Let other people in to be kind and peaceful to you. And I hope you have a wonderful week, Group 2. I truly do. I truly hope that it is well. And also, if there is anything that you'd like to say about the reading, whether it resonated or if you feel there was something that was missed that you want to touch on, please comment down below and I will try to get back to you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great week, Group 2. Hello, Group 3. If you chose this Labradorite crystal here with the blue flash, then this is the pile for you. So I've already mentioned to the other groups, but this is my first video on this channel, so please bear with me for this. And I'm welcome to constructive criticism down below. But we're going to be using the Sea Melodies, Language of Flowers, and the Modern Witch Tarot deck, as well as my handmade little oracle here of affirmations and the charms right here. So let's go ahead and I'll shuffle on camera. So we're looking for information on Group 3, Group 3's week ahead, Group 3's week ahead. We're looking for Group 3's week ahead. I hope you guys had a lovely first start of May and that spring is coming in with such good energy for you. So we're looking for week ahead for Group 3. Group 3 week ahead. Let's see here. Okay, the 8 of Swords. Group 3 week ahead. Group 3 week ahead. We also have the Ace of Wands. And let's see what else we get here. Tell you what, it's hard to shuffle on camera. So we got too many cards there, so let's go ahead and do one more. Group 3 week ahead. Goodness, I'm gonna take this one. Ah, the Queen of Wands. Okay, you're very similar to Group 1. Group 3. So let's go ahead before I talk on each of these cards. Feel free to look at them while I shuffle. We're going to go ahead and do your Language of Flowers card. I'm already getting a sense that you are a creative person or a very optimistic person most times, but this week maybe less optimistic. Let's see what else comes up before I talk on it too much. Group 3 week ahead for Group 3. Here we are. Grounding. The beginning is where you need to be. And then for our Sea Melodies card, we have, and feel free to skip this part too if you find the shuffling to be too long. We have for group 3, travel. Seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. All right. Let's see here, week ahead for group 3, week ahead for group 3. All right, so we got 2. Find that way to rekindle that fire inside you, as well as grow, evolve, and transform. I love these two. They're really, really, really great energy. So we'll do your charms in a minute. Let's go ahead and talk about what we have going on here. So let's talk about this 8 of Swords, right? This is sort of the eyesore of the entire reading, right? Everything seems pretty positive, and then we have the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords, as much as it looks sort of like, oh my god, why is she bound? Why is she held back? But the reason why this all looks so grim is all because of your own mental roadblocks. So there's a sense of you holding yourself back this week from things that are coming in, good things, good optimistic things. So there's a sense of needing to overcoming this energy from possibly previous weeks or a possible old habit of putting yourself down possibly, or holding yourself back. These ropes aren't that tight. This whole scenario isn't so bad. It's just deciding to change your mindset, deciding to let yourself just begin again, you know? And easier said than done, I know, but sometimes just the thought of realizing that you're the one possibly holding yourself back from these good opportunities is all that it takes. Especially with find that way to rekindle that fire inside you. So I know that there is a fire inside you. There's this sense of creativity, a sense of unique energy to you. I can already feel that, but you're definitely holding yourself back from letting that yourself rekindle that fire inside you. And this week you're going to get past that. So if you already feel like you're having this energy, or if this energy starts to manifest through your week, do not worry. I know your optimism is going to be coming back. There's so many reasons why. So let's talk about how you find yourself out of this mindset and get to optimism, because it's not as easy as just being like, be positive, you know, right? Not for everyone. So we also have grounding. The beginning is where you need to be. So again, how I mentioned begin again is because the energy of that phrase is just so simple. And grounding yourself can help you realize how simple life can be. And if you feel like you're not a person who typically grounds, or you don't really understand how to do that, I find I ground with the energy of the earth, or by walking outside barefoot, or grounding yourself in reality through chilling with your family, chilling with friends, or finding ways to get back to nature. Those are really great ways to ground yourself, to just get back to reality and out of your head, because I really get a sense that you're really holding yourself back through your own mindset at the moment. And with grow, evolve, and transform, I think you're going to be transforming and growing out of this energy. This energy is holding you back, and you know it. You know this already. So it's not really something I need to tell you. But you're going to be rekindling that fire inside you. There is going to be a rekindle. There's going to be a rebirth of energy. A beginning is going to be found through grounding yourself and through this Ace of Wands. And that's going to bring forth, someone might offer this to you. As you can see, the hand is sort of offering this wand, which represents manifestation. It can represent, wand energy represents fire and passion and going towards your goals with like such fiery, creative, like innovative energy. So I do think you're going to be rekindling that fire inside you through the people that are possibly in your life who are more optimistic. So someone might be offering this energy to you. You know, they're offering you this chance to be the Queen of Wands, those people that are supporting you. But it could also be yourself, offering yourself the idea to move forward, to be this creative Queen of Wands. Like, look at her. She is so creative. She is so optimistic. She's holding the sun in her hands, you know. She knows. She knows who she is, and that's great. And it doesn't mean that you have to be this all at once, that this whole transformation is going to happen all at once, but the very beginning, the start of it might be, you know, your mindset's going to be turning and changing, and you're going to be unraveling those ropes. You're going to be taking them off and moving towards this better, optimistic, creative energy. I'm so excited for you guys. It's going to be awesome. Please let me know down below if this resonates for you, or if you feel at the end of the week after watching this, if this energy does come in for you. I'd really love to know. We also have travel. And travel here says, seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. So there might be something that you need to not necessarily exactly travel towards, as I know travel can be kind of difficult when I am filming this. But it could mean actual travel outside of, you know, if you watch this hopefully a while later. But if you can't travel outside of your home right now, if there's not a sense of being able to do that, then it could just be traveling as in like journeying towards something, a more emotional travel, or a traveling with this grounding too, just traveling, getting out of your space, getting out of your element, trying something new in terms of traveling towards a different path. You know, I'm definitely seeing that you'll be seeking a different path, finding a new way to grow, evolve, and transform. You're going to be growing these sunflowers of optimism. You're going to be moving towards this better light. I know it sounds so optimistic and cheesy almost in a way, like, oh yeah, in 1 week all of this is going to happen. Not very realistic, but that's your mindset holding yourself back. Realize that you can be all of these things. You can be all of this, you know. Alright, so my battery just sort of died in the middle of that sentence, so I hope that made sense. But yeah, just optimistic energy. I know you have it in you. I know that you have sorry, I have dog hairs, the ability to transform. I know it seems cheesy, I know it seems easier said than done, but one thought, one move towards action is all it really takes to rekindle that fire inside you. I just know it is. So let's go ahead and see what you have going on for your charms. See if we get any more information on your week ahead. So this is a mat that I made myself. It showcases a focus ring. So the things that are happening within your week that we need to focus on, or things that are more front and center this week, things that are happening more, you know, on the outside of this week, or support what's going on here. And then the moon cycles can represent just things that are farther out energy, things that are less, not necessarily important, but they're less like at the forefront of your mind this week. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. So I also mentioned to the other groups that this is a Girl Scouts tin that I found in a secondhand shop, and it can be kind of loud. So let me know in the comments down below if it is too loud for you guys, or if you think I should maybe move it towards this bowl. I'd love to know. But I'm going to try to turn down the volume if it is. So let's go ahead, group 3. So looking for group 3, group 3, keep ahead, Okay, so I pick up the things that are upside down, and focus on the things that are the other side around. Oh my goodness, we have the Queen and the Sun. Oh, girl or boy, whoever you are, like there's stuff happening. So that just supports what we've already talked about. So let's go ahead and zoom in here for you. Okay, so the only thing we have on the outside here is the letter Q. Not sure if you're going to be able to see that, but it's the letter Q. And so there might be someone or something that's going on in your life that relates to the letter Q. That's definitely an intuitive sense, or maybe your name starts with Q or someone you know, or a location. But I also think of the Q when it comes up that you might be questioning and seeing as it fell between the moon of action and the moon of like planting seeds. There might be something that you're just considering and questioning right now to move towards, especially since you've been kind of maybe holding yourself back, and that you're learning to move forward towards that energy and grow and transform. You might be asking yourself questions, and that's a very healthy thing to be doing. So in the center, we have you. So this can represent you, and you're definitely trying to be this Queen of Wands, right? So this Queen of Wands, we have the Queen here. It's like, this is the Queen in charm form. And this Queen is showcasing that you have the key. You have the key to unbind yourself, to unlock yourself, to let yourself out of these binds. Like I was saying, it's so cheesy, but you are the only one that has the ability to do this. And you also have the pendulum, which represents something hanging in the balance, something that's sort of swinging around and hanging in the balance. So it might not be that you're going to be doing this week necessarily, but this energy is starting to manifest and come in, because the sun represents things that are manifesting. It also represents, not being very outspoken, being very truthful, being very imaginative and fiery. Again, more of that rekindling energy. We also have the star here of showcasing I think of this star towards like self-love, but I also have a star in this set or a self-love charm in this set that's a heart. So this one I feel like is more about being self-love towards less. I feel like everybody has this idea that self-love means taking baths and doing all that, which is all true. And taking care of our body and all of that, but our spirit is very important too. So I think, just rekindling that fire inside you is going to bring more self-love towards yourself, and towards your mental energy, your mental game, because you're going to be unlocking and, finding your balance here. We also have the zebra, which showcases showing your stripes. So like I was saying with the sun energy here, you're going to be showing more of yourself. You're going to be letting yourself seen by other people, which is super cool, because here you're sort of not just binding yourself away from the world in your mental thoughts, but you're also sort of blinding yourself or blinding other people's view of you and eschewing it. So people are going to be seeing you for who you truly are, for this super awesome manifestation queen here. We also have the wisdom of the owl. So there might be a sense of being more wise this week, or finding more mental wisdom, or looking up towards someone who has that wisdom. And it's not going to be like who you think, like your grandma or someone that you're like, oh yes, they're so wise, such an old soul. You're going to find wisdom from those that are maybe younger, more youthful, and maybe your peers. They can be just as wise. So there might be somebody else here who's going to help you manifest this energy forwards, and maybe offer a helping hand to do that. So again, more of that energy coming in here. And then we have, this is like a little Mickey hat. So if you guys, I'm not sure if any of you guys are into magic or manifestation or anything like that, but you might be doing something like that this week. If you are, But if not, it can just mean that you're putting your thinking hat on and getting creative in that sense. So let's wrap this up in terms of like what this all means. So I really think there's going to be someone coming in to help you unbind yourself from this mental game that you're playing, or if not that, then you're starting to work towards getting here. It's not all going to happen this week, but I do feel for you, group 3, that you're going to be finding more of yourself. You're going to be showing more of your stripes. You're going to rekindle that fire inside you. Like, it's such good energy. So I just feel like you're going to be evolving, transforming, finding more of yourself. And with this travel, let's see if there's any more on this travel, because it could be, you know, you're having to hang and balance some of your travel ideas of where you want to go, because the times are kind of weird right now. So it could be that some of that's hanging in balance. You're not really sure what you're going to do with that. And it could also be representing here. I hadn't even touched on this. I'd forgotten to mention it. But as much as this could be a mental game, it can be, with the times that we're going through right now, that travel just isn't an option and you're having to bind yourself back. But you're finding ways around that. You're finding ways to grow and transform regardless of that. You know, people are still able to be creative, optimistic, fun people, to go after creative goals, go after your aspirations and your dreams, go after, you know, whatever it is that your soul desires, whatever it is that your spirit really wants. I truly think you're going to be able to manifest that forward this week, both either magically or just, you know, whatever means that is for you. So keep up with the grounding and all of that energy. I'm super excited to see you guys grow and transform and find that part of yourself again. I truly, truly hope you guys are having a wonderful week now and will continue to have a lovely week ahead. You know, just let yourself be you, man. Or whoever you are. I'm really rooting for you. So let me know down below in the comments if this resonated with you, if there's anything you want to mention, or if you feel like there's something you want to say at the end of the week. I'd love to know, like, how this went for you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week.